Blog Talk Radio.
All praises to our Elohim. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh. All praises to Holy Ruach, wisdom, our mother, the Holy Spirit. All praises to Yahweh Shai, our brother, who shows us the way every day, who gives us the strength to carry on, to persevere, and endure. All praises. And big up Israel. Our redemption is here. Whew. All right. That took the edge off a little bit based on what has been going on throughout the week, with everybody trying to come against us. Everybody want to dwell in the house of our Father, but they don't want to put no work into it. They want to act like we treating them bad, talking about them and what they do. Fine. No longer will we deal with them. Let them fall where they may. All praises. So tonight, family, we got Brother Sly back with us. All praises for that as well. And is a brother who is just a wealth of knowledge, wealth of wisdom, and a good friend that I can call brother. So all praises. Brother Sly, you there?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
There he is.
Shalom, my brother. How you been, bro?
I'm good, brother. Shalom to you as well. To you as well. So the Jeff Major song, and I want to put this out there because, and I want to paint this picture in the sense that we started off with that. That was a harp, all harp. So you can imagine what it sounded like when David was playing it, when he was singing and playing his harp to the Father. Now you can understand why the Father was just like enamored with David, because anyone that can play that harp or play music from a harp, it's all spiritual, because the sound is harmonic. It's a spiritual sound. So I just wanted to say that for all those that didn't know that brother plays the harp. That was all harp music. But brethren, so what you say, man? What's been happening?
Ooh, my brother, what hasn't been happening?
Isn't that the truth? Shoot.
Boy, it's been a hectic week for the nation. It's been a really hectic week.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like the enemy has been doubling down trying to stop this truth.
Well, he has. He and she has, and I mean, it's to be expected, and rightfully so, because, this isn't for them. And as much as we want to help people, not necessarily help the nations, but help the Father's will be done by bringing forth the truth. Sometimes it appears now that that's only for us. So we need to tighten up the hatches and now hold counsel amongst ourselves, because it's no reason to cast our pearls to these swine. These swine out here are trying to eat our pearls and drink our oil and spill our oil as they have spilt our blood. You know what I mean?
Exactly. We are definitely in the days of Noah. In the days of Noah, it's time to really close that ark, because this message is not for everybody. We've been trying to share it. We've been sincere. We've been open. But 99% of them don't want to receive it. It's like, it's that rare. It's a rarity for the other nations to actually want the truth. I've maybe ran across probably 2 or 3 myself.
Same.
And they'll sincerely ask, well, I just want the truth. They don't scoff and mock.
Yeah. I mean, the reality is that if they were smart, which this is why we know they're not smart people, okay? And I'm going to go on record. Christians, vassals, the world, the nation, they're not smart. They're not intelligent. They may have some knowledge, but they're not smart nor intelligent, because if they would consider that I won't say out of the blue, but over the last 7 years, we've been going strong about this truth, about who we are. We've been seeking who we are. And we're trying to explain that to each other. Inadvertently, it's being told to them. And if they would stop a minute and consider, from all their mocking and scoffing, and say, well, wait, these people who we have not allowed to read, who we had at the bottom, who we have treated as second-class citizens, these people are saying that they are the people of the book. Maybe we need to stop and really consider what they're saying. No, they don't do that. Which goes back to what we're talking about today, they are just not allowed to do so. They're no longer allowed to be able to consider like that. The consideration time is past, like it's gone. Like they can't consider, they're not allowed to. So now they're just ass out. It just is what it is at this point. If they wish to believe in white Jesus and Pauline doctrines and a Greek transliteration of New Testament, then so be it. You know what I mean? So be it. Who are we to stop them from their folly?
Yeah, my brother, it's folly on top of pride. Pride is something. Pride is a very wicked spirit.
Mm-hmm.
I had a cousin, God rest his soul, good brother. He was a Christian brother. I loved my cousin, but he would not take advice or correction. And we would laugh at him because he was a real kind-hearted person. We would tell him something, and his response was, nah, man, I don't want to hear that, nah. And I've had him walk up to me literally 5 years later. We're not even talking about that subject. He said, bro, you was right. If I just would have listened to you and we just chuckle about it, I said, bro, we trying to tell you. And we jest about it. It's that pride. That pride is something fierce.
Yes, it
is. You have
is.
to fool yourself and be lowly in wisdom. You have to want to learn.
Yeah. And Christianity gives you a different type of pride. It's like a dastardly pride. Like you are not, you are something that you are not. You have pride and basically it's an idolatrous pride. So you feel so strong about this thing that you feel so proud about it. But if you're following the ways of the Father, then your humility would be open to what? Correction. Open to what? Learning. It's a constant learn. It's the ability to be open enough for the Spirit to use you. What the Christians in the world and the nations and the heathens and the Gentiles have a problem with is being open enough to allow the righteous Spirit to allow the standard to be with them. They are very good at opening themselves for all other types of filthy spirits. I mean, shoot, give them a joint, give them some white stuff, give them whatever you want. They'll sell their mama. They'll do whatever they need to do to get more of that, which is a wicked spirit, as opposed to a righteous spirit. And that's where the world has gone now. It's really fundamentally gone into the dumps, mentally, physically. It's there too, but mentally it's really bad. Like the way these people drive out here. No, don't give me a turn signal, even though, there's no cars coming, but I got to wait for you because you're coming down. I'm making a left-hand turn. You're going straight. but yet you're making a right-hand turn. You're going to turn your turn signal on as soon as you get up there, and now cars are coming when I had the right of way. Selfishness, a prideful selfish. I'm not going to tell him. I won't let him know that I'm making a right. Or better yet, I don't even care if that car's there. I'm not going to put on my turn signal. See, that the non-caring of your fellow human being is what gets them in trouble. Now they want to act like we don't care about them, but that's only because they have not cared about us. So we're treating them the way that we have been treated. Not the way we want to be treated, but the way we have been treated, because that's only fair. That's justice. That's what we deal with, which is funny, right? Because the Old Testament has all the justice in it. Does the New Testament have it?
Not at all, brother. Not at all.
So tell the nation about that, brother. Tell the nation about that.
Hey, man, a word search is something. You have to love word searches. You have to love word searches.
Mm-hmm.
So, Brother Moriel and I, we were on KingJamesBibleOnline.org. So, we decided to do a word search for justice. So, when you do a word search, it comes up 28 times, all in the Old Testament. If you search for justice in the KJV online, in the so-called New Testament, it's not there.
There's nothing.
There's nothing. The word does not come up. There is no justice in the New Testament.
Matter of fact, it says no results.
Exactly. Exactly. Yep. No direct matches for your keywords were found in the New Testament King James Bible text.
Yep.
That's a direct quote. There's no justice in the New Testament.
And it's funny. Say that again. Say what you just said again.
There's no justice in the New Testament.
Selah, right? So the justice, which is funny, well, not funny, but kind of, the justice is found in the Old Testament and the Apocrypha. Justice is found. So, if we take that today and just put that into context of the world and what the world is doing, they're all in the New Testament. The whole world is in the New Testament, right? 8 billion, not 8 billion, however many billion, 2 billion people, whatever. I don't even know. I don't care. The amount of people that's in Christian sanity, all of those people are in a New Testament with no justice. And then they wonder why the cops kill them. They wonder why they're not getting what they need, what they feel they need to get. They wonder why their churches are pillaging them, because there's no justice in it. But when we take a step back and say, well, you know what, we're dealing only with the Old Testament, the Apocrypha, the history, and other scriptures, they get crazy. And now it makes sense. They're getting crazy not because of what we're saying, because they know they're getting crazy because they know there's no justice in the New Testament. So when we're screaming justice, we're dealing from an Old Testament perspective or an apocryphal perspective, or even a Book of Mormon perspective, a sealed portion, any book other than the New Testament. And that's why they block us and ban us. That's why. Yeah. It's crazy, brother.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm still sitting here pondering in it. I'm still sitting here just pondering that it's nowhere in the New Testament.
Nowhere,
so
brother.
The one they call Jesus, he's not coming back.
No.
To enact righteous acts, justice.
No.
For his people.
Not the New Testament Jesus. That idol is coming back to give them an escape. That idol is coming back to show them love and help them through the more whoopings that they're gonna give us. That's why the New Testament is pretty much garbage, outside of the fact that it holds a little weight based on, and I won't even say that. I mean, because it's all transliterated, right? So basically, we got to go into the spirit. We got to go into straight spiritual mode for the New Testament to gain any type of meat out of it. Where the Old Testament, you got more meat than bones, even through their transliteration. Even through their transliteration. But that new thing that they talk about, there's so many bones in that. It's, matter of fact, they're not even bones, they're landmines in that, because that'll get you caught up quick, fast, in a hurry. You'll go in thinking that you love Yahweh Shai and end up worshiping Paul. It's madness.
Exactly. The Messiah will say one thing, but their retort is, well, Paul said.
Right.
Well, Paul said,
bones.
Paul can offer you salvation.
Right.
Even his word said that the covenant, if you bless Israel, you'll be blessed. If you curse Israel, you'll be cursed. I'm roughly paraphrasing. He basically said that contract cannot be amended. It can't be.
Yep.
So you get to curse Israel unabated, cling to a so-called New Testament, a fake religion and a fake idol, and once again, we always say this, afflict the children of Israel, say, we don't have to worry about justice. Y'all Hamites. I mean, y'all cursed. Y'all supposed to be slaves.
Right.
And the Most High has a trick for these people.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he has something.
He's got something up his sleeve for him. That's for sure. He got something in his bag for him, and they ain't ready for it. And that's why they took out everything related to justice for Israel in the New Testament. They just took it out. And I'm not, and I have to stand corrected. I'm not saying that the New Testament, in terms of wisdom and understanding, is garbage. I'm saying their transliteration of it is garbage. So I just want to make sure that's clear, That's all.
Because we do not have the original manuscripts. It was
correct.
Written in Greek. Everybody just ignores that. Why would Hebraic teachers and scholars need to write in Greek? Right. But then they don't want to talk about the Hellenization of the Israelites. Well, it says Jews know Greek, brother. That means Greeks can get salvation too. Those were Hellenized Jews.
Right.
But they want it both ways. They want it both ways. You can't have it both ways. You have to filter out the context through the text using history, prophecy, and the Holy Spirit.
Correct.
There's no way around it.
There's no way around it.
Bible says.
Right.
People that just constantly regurgitate what the Bible says, they're normally the most unlearned when it comes to the scriptures.
Mm-hmm. The most.
My retort is always, if you say, well, the Bible says this, I'm going to ask you, why does it say it?
Mm-hmm.
If you can't tell me why it says that, you don't understand the text.
Correct. That's what they don't want. They don't want us to ask those questions. They want us, as you said earlier, they want it to be unabated. They don't want to have anybody question them. And back in the day, that's what anybody that questioned them, they were able to kill indiscriminately without any care. And yet somehow we're supposed to today acknowledge them with some authority. No, because see, this is, let me just say this real quick, because see, and this is a good segue into this, because see, Yahweh Shai saith unto her, woman, believe me, the hour cometh when ye shall neither in this mountain nor yet at Jerusalem worship the Father. Ye worship ye know not what. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews. But the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth, for the Father seeketh such to worship him. See, that goes back to what we were just saying. We're out here working in spirit and in truth. So when you deal with the New Testament and the Scripture, the New Testament and the Christians, what they're saying to everybody is, hey, you just need the Spirit, the Holy, and I'm sorry, they don't even say Spirit, the Holy Ghost. All you need is the Holy Ghost. And it's like, but what about truth? Oh, no, because that truth, justice, all that goes hand in hand. And they took justice out, you know. There's no justice in the New Testament. And and when you said that earlier, I was like, wait, say that again? There is no justice in the New Testament. That's a profound statement. That's a heavy statement. And the churches are running around here acting like they got authority over justice. They don't. They use they use that New Testament in their law and in their jails, in their laws, and in their courtrooms, talking about put your hand on the Bible, even though there's no justice in it. You see the irony of all this? This is just, you can't even make this up if you tried. You know what I'm saying? It's out of control the way these people are right now. Out of control.
That's why we need a reset, because we can't keep living like this. This entire planet under their rulership is out of order.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
They have no problem being a walking hypocrisy.
Yep.
It's like, how do you go around the world, rape, pillage, rob, steal, run amok, to set up a nation and say, you know what, I'm going to lock you up for raping, pillaging.
Exactly.
I can't with these people anymore.
Right. I mean, oh my gracious, what a point. They created a system to judge us for what they are going to be judged on, what they are about to be, what they are being judged on right now. And they want us to be the boogeyman. It goes back to, you know, Satan. We're their Satan, right? That's what Brother Judah was saying. We are their Satan, right? What's Satan? An adversary. So we are their adversary to them, as they are our Satan. They are our adversary. They are our adversary. But what they don't realize is they are truly Satan. We are not, or Lucifer, or Asatan, or the characteristics thereof. You know, we're doing, I mean, shoot, we just learned to read for all practical purposes. So we got no dog in this fight. We haven't done anything to these people. We haven't mistreated them. We haven't, like you said, robbed, raped, stole, destroyed, we have not been an abomination to them. On the contrary, they have been an abomination to us. And they have created vain imaginations and fantasies of their righteousness, which a lot of our people who are caught up in the Greek non-justice New Testament believe. I don't even understand. Like, it's like, why would, and you know, people go, well, you do understand. I do understand, but it's just so befuddling how nobody is willing to hold anyone accountable, but they want to hold Trump accountable. They want to hold Kamala accountable. They want to hold Barack accountable. But yet nobody wants to hold their church accountable. Nobody wants to hold themselves accountable. It's time, and that's why the reset has to be. That's why the Father's coming to clean the palate, to clean the earth, to purge it. And they don't have an answer for it. I mean, what, Spain's underwater, right? Not all of it. I know Valencia. I know out there in Valencia it is, and I'm not sure where in Spain Valencia is, but that's taking a hard hit. I know that.
Yes, they are being flooded out as we speak.
Yeah.
They have cars floating through neighborhoods.
And rightfully so. And rightfully so. And as they should. And as they should. They have done a grievous thing to our people. Everything is based on the Spaniards and their brutish behavior. And then the brutish English came right behind them. they all gotta pay. And we're not going to forgive anybody because that's not our job. The only thing the only being that's going to be able to forgive them is the Father and themselves. And they cannot and should not, and I hope that they think not, that we are going to forgive them. You know, the 99% may forgive them, but they going down with the ship too. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Amazing times, my brother. Amazing times.
Exactly, brother.
Just to see the Most High rendering judgment
Yeah.
and justice.
Yeah. And I'm excited.
Yeah. They may have taken it out of the New Testament, but they couldn't take it out of the heavenly realm.
That's right. There it is. That's right. You could take the justice out of the house, but you can't take the house out of justice. You know what I'm saying? Just can't do it. That's why the whole house thereof of Israel will be back together to bring and enforce the justice, because we're looking like the true house of Israel, the remnant of Jacob, is asking for justice. If you're not asking for justice at this point, and you call yourself a Israelite or a Hebrew or whatever, then you're not part of the whole house of Israel. It's just simple as that. Because we are seeking, as the New Testament stated, and as the Apocrypha stated, justice. You know? I mean, these people out here under the disguise of Israelites being a vassal to the New Testament. Ain't no justice. Ain't nobody talking about justice. Like nobody wants justice for their people. Well, we do. It's just like those Afropeans who run around here and act like, you know, we disrespecting them for not saying that we're African. But they don't even want justice. They ain't saying, you know what, we want just for colonization. They don't even care. That in itself tells me that they ain't even our people. Let alone already knowing that they aren't, and they Ham, but Ham don't even want justice from Japheth. It's crazy to me. Shem's the only one that wants justice. You know what I mean?
The Psalms 28, Salakia, the Deuteronomy 28. Salakia, I'm in so many scriptures right now. Psalms 83. You know me, bro. I have like 10 browsers open. I got Book of Mormon. I got Apocrypha, New Testament, Old Testament, BLB. Yeah, that confederacy of Psalms 83 is deep. Ham does not want justice.
Mm-hmm.
Ham does not want justice because they know we aren't the same people. So you write these. We're all African individuals. We're not African. And we're going to keep saying that. We aren't African.
Right.
We aren't Hamites.
Right.
The clear distinction between Negroid and Hamitoid people. We are not the same.
Nope.
Yep. And
It's the same as us saying you're not French, you're not German, you're not Italian, you're straight Caucasoid, because that's where you're from. You're straight up Caucasoid. Don't tell me that you're anything but Caucasian, period. They'll get all mad. I'm French, I'm English, I'm Italian. No, you're not. You all look like you're Caucasian from Caucasus Mountains. That's it. The same premise of that is the same premise of what they're doing to us. You guys are all from Africa. Well, where in Africa? You know, it's the same. It's not even worth going into, because we've expounded on that so much that it's like beating a dead horse. But these people who want to proclaim that they are us, or rather we are them, that's the trickiness now. That's the vassals. The vassals now. because it's like, you guys know we're not you. I don't. My parents, my people don't even look like you. I mean, yeah, we got the same color, but we don't look like the facial features don't even resemble at all. Now, some of us may look like, look like a Nigerian, okay? Some of us may look like a Ghanaian, or maybe even a Senegalese, Senegalese, I don't know how to say it, whatever, they're from Senegal, okay? But we're not all African, meaning we don't look like everybody else. Maybe we do have it. And my logic is on that is because those are our Southern. Those people that look like us that's over there, and it's not a lot of us, they're the Southern tribe who have been overlaid or intertwined with the African nation for what? To be hidden. Just like we were over here. Just like when the Judah came over here, we were all hidden. The Father had to hide us so that the heathens would not destroy us all. Like, the history of this thing only makes sense when you read it and apply it to scriptures. It only makes sense that way. Only makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense when you use the scriptures as the lens.
Right.
The only way you can actually see the truth, you have to filter through the scriptures the additional hidden text and the history.
Right.
And you have to understand who the true people are. If you refuse to acknowledge who the true children of Israel are, you will never understand prophecy.
Yeah. Everything else is off.
Exactly. You're in error. People are still looking to the 1948ers.
Right.
And they don't fulfill prophecy whatsoever. So if you're still running around saying that they do, you're an agent and you're a vassal of the Roman Catholic Church.
Well, I'll say this about that. They do fulfill prophecy in as much as the money changers, in as much as the adversary. You see?
Oh, exactly.
But when you try to put them as the people, no, they don't fulfill prophecy at all.
You're right. I should have clarified that because
I understood, but I wanted to just make sure that
Yeah, of course you understood because we have these conversations.
That's right. Because we're seeking a matter out. We're trying to, and for the most part, I believe everybody that listens to us and Brother Judah and Sister Pat and Brother Levi and a few others, everybody is still seeking. Like, nobody has said, okay, I know it all and I'm done, like a Christian, or even a Judean, not even Judean, a Judaism person, an Ish, no one is saying on our side within the remnant are saying that we know it all. What we're saying is we have learned a lot and we are now able to discern a lot. And because of that, nobody can bamboozle us at all. Like, literally, nobody's going to sit here and say, well, you know what? Jesus said, what? What'd you just say? Nobody's going to do that. Like that dude, the Blasel that Judah was speaking about the other day. When we first heard that dude, we both were like, what? You were like, look at this coon. And I was like, what? And he's bouncing around, dark-skinned brother, big. The church seems very dreary, and he's just screaming with a lot of emotion, talking about nothing. Like, literally, he was talking about nothing. He was not teaching anything. He was just bringing a lot of emotion. And what were you saying earlier about him? That he's the next guy. He's the next one in line. What were you saying about him?
Yeah, he's basically the next one in line to replace the older generation. because these youngsters, they can't really relate to a T.D. Jakes. He's been disgraced. Because we know, I'm not even going to go in there, he's been disgraced. Franklin, they can't relate to him. His actions have been highly questionable. They can't relate to him. Jennings, questionable. They can't relate to him. Like I was talking to you earlier, there was this woman on TikTok, and she said, Kenneth Copeland. I've never even heard of Kenneth Copeland. You and I, we know who Kenneth Copeland is.
Right.
This new generation, they need someone that's hip. Just check him out. He doesn't wear the suit and tie. He's with the black sweatshirt, the jeans, the bald head, the little jewelry, bouncing around on stage, not bringing out any precepts. Not going line upon line.
Nope.
Has no Bible. He may hold the Bible on occasion, but he's not going to sit there as a studious teacher and teach you. He's going to give you an emotional show. And that's what he does. And the people fall for it. I'm still waiting for him to actually break down the word. He can't do it. And I really want to ask Christians, what would Jesus do? Imagine Yahweh Shai in the temple teaching like that.
Right.
Oh, he has demons.
Right.
Yeah, there's no order in that.
No, that's what I was going to say. There is no order in Christianity, Christian insanity. There is absolutely no order. The women are out of order. The men are out of order. People are effeminate and masculine.
Like the video I sent you.
Yeah, everybody is out of order. Everybody, the old, the young, and for whatever reason, when we bring this to the forefront, based on their TikTok madness, they get mad at us and want to act like he's like, before we even get on, we'll reread the comments, and a lot of these comments will say stuff like, "Oh man, he's really in the spirit. Oh, he's great. I love him." And we'll come on and be like, "This is idolatry," and they just get mad. But what else can we say? Like, there's nothing. We're not going to say, "Yeah, he did good," because he didn't, and he didn't bring forth any message, any nutrients. He's just another guy sucking our population dry, taking the money.
Exactly, and he's been flooded on TikTok.
Yeah,
that should let you know he's been set up. Where was this guy like 3 months ago?
He was nowhere to be found.
Nowhere to be found. Now, I'm not saying he didn't have a quote-unquote ministry, but they know, once again, a lot of the youngsters and a lot of this new generation, they're not going to that church. They're on social media getting all of their content, including the scriptures.
Right.
So they're just pushing this man, and they're pushing him, and he's pushing false doctrines. Like, bruh, it's going into 2025, and you still talking about the Antichrist is going to come and set itself up. And, bruh, they were saying that when I was a child.
They've been saying that forever. That's been their whole thing since 1948. And the reason why we're even bringing him up is because Big Judah had did a video on him, and we all know, and they banned him for doing a video on this guy. And it wasn't TikTok that did it. Of course, it was the father, but whoever he had on his marketing team said something. You see what I'm saying? Like, they saw this, that they were losing, and they were going to lose just like everybody else who stepped up, and they banned him because we're still allowed on there, and we're just browbeating these cats. They're not even in the game. But because, they did what they did, they think they always looking for a leader. Well, who's leading these people? they picked Judah to say that he's the leader, and they did something by way of the will of the Father. And now it's great because now we're not, I feel that now we're at the point where we're done. We're done. And so for all the listeners that will listen, that haven't listened, that's listening now, we are now no longer dealing with the heathens because they have shown that they want to have the famine of the word. And now the Father has given them the famine of the word. And now it's a straight drop from here for them. Straight drop. So, all right, well, brother, let's talk about salvation for Israel, since we done browbeat them fools long enough, wasted enough energy and time.
All praises to the Most High.
All praises, yes, indeed, all praises. Let's talk about salvation. We're talking about which one you want to start at?
I'm here with you, brother. We can go to salvation. We can go to the biblical definition of saved. Anywhere, bro. Yeah, we have everything that we need through the Holy Spirit. Yeah. Because a lot of people, they cannot tell you the biblical definition of salvation or being saved.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead and bring that out while I look for which verse I'm gonna bring forward.
Okay. Salvation or being saved, according to the biblical text, is being saved from your enemies.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get these scriptures.
That's right. So just so the world knows, salvation is of Israel because Israel, true Israel, has enemies.
Exactly.
We got the enemies. It's not even rocket science.
And there's numerous scriptures that solidify that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take a look. Let me see. Okay, we can go to Exodus 1:17. But the midwives feared the Most High and did not as the king of Egypt commanded them, but saved the men, children alive. The men, children were saved from their enemy. Who is their enemy? The king of Egypt.
That's right.
Let's go to Exodus 14:30. Thus, the Most High saved Israel that day out of the hand of the Egyptians. And Israel saw the Egyptians dead upon the sea shore. Once again, they were saved from the Egyptians, their enemies. Numbers 10:9. I'm not going to read them all, but I'm going to hammer the point home.
Yeah, do that, brother.
Numbers 10:9. And if ye go to war in the land against the enemy that oppresseth you, then ye shall blow an alarm with the trumpets, and ye shall be remembered before the Most High, your God, and ye shall be saved from your enemies. Salvation clearly is being saved from your enemies.
Yes.
That's the biblical definition of salvation. And we could even go, we know, what about salvation? Salvation is, people like to play word games. Mm-hmm. Salvation is from being saved. Let's take a look.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's take a look.
Let's take a look, brother.
Let's take a look. Okay. Let me take a look. 1 Samuel 2:1. And Hannah prayed and said, my heart rejoiceth in the Most High. Mine horn is exalted in Yahweh. My mouth is enlarged over mine enemies, because I rejoice in thy salvation.
Mm-hmm.
There's more. Mm-hmm. Okay. 1 Samuel 19:5. For he did put his life in his hand and slew the Philistine. And the Most High wrought a great salvation for all Israel. Thou sawest it, and didst rejoice. Wherefore then wilt thou sin against innocent blood to slay David without a cause? Slew the Philistine, an enemy.
An enemy.
Great salvation for all Israel.
Yep.
And if you read and you actually study, that's what salvation is. Salvation or being saved is being saved from your enemies. It's not calling on white Jesus. That's not being saved.
That's not being saved. It's like Isaiah 45:17. But Israel shall be saved in the Most High with an everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded world. So this is, again, salvation, saved, salvation. Like, who's needing to be saved? Like these are questions. Again, going back to your point earlier, when you ask the question why, then you start learning. That's when you learn. You learn when you ask the question, well, why did that happen? Well, why is that the way it is? Because if you don't ask the question why, then it's easy to be duped. And that's what they've been doing. So we're bringing out salvation and saved, and they're like, well, everybody can be saved. That's not what it says. That's not what it says. And now when you go to their New Testament, surely,
exactly.
Surely everybody's saved then, everybody. But when you skip the Old Testament and the Apocrypha, or rather when you deal with the Old Testament, the Apocrypha, Book of Nephi, Book of Mormon, seal portion, the history books, then it tells a different story of who's gaining salvation. Because the people that are getting salvation are the ones that are crying out for it. The heathens and the Gentiles are not crying out for salvation. They're asking white Jesus for forgiveness. They're asking white Jesus for their rent to be paid. They're asking white Jesus to bring things back the way they were, 1940, whatever. They're asking white Jesus for money to get groceries. You see, they're not asking for salvation. And if they were asking for salvation, then you can rest assured that they are cleaving to us, because you're not getting salvation without the group asking for it. So there's not one person over there asking for it, one person over here. It's not going to come to one or two or three. It's coming to a nation. And that nation is the nation of Israel, the whole house therein,
Exactly. And even when they go to their New Testament, even being saved has a strict stipulation that they always leave out. Matthew 10:22. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. But he that endureth to the end shall be saved. How are you saved if we're not at the end yet?
Right.
It's a false premise of, oh, I'm saved, I can do whatever I want. Only God can judge me. I'm saved by the blood. That's not biblical whatsoever.
No.
From a prophetic or historical standpoint. It is total opposite of what the scriptures teach. We aren't at the end yet, so how are you saved?
Exactly.
And who's hated of all men?
Right. Oh, the Christians are hated. No, they're not. They're the most. They're the ones with the most hate.
Exactly.
It's like, come on. It's like Isaiah 33:6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Most High is his treasure. So these people ain't fearing the Most High. They don't fear. Listen, white Jesus says, don't fear me, just love me, right? So there's no fear in them. There's no wisdom in them. There's no knowledge in them. There's no stability in them. And the strength of salvation, that's not in them. The strength to be saved from their enemies, they're the enemy.
Exactly. Exactly. Thank you. Yeah, they're the ones who oppress. Yeah, they're the ones who oppress the saints. The saints are the Israelites. The church is not the saints.
Exactly. And it's like they have been oppressing the saints, wearing out the saints over in the 3 parts, and they've been wearing out the saints, which are us, here in the 4th part. Who's wearing out the saints? See, there's the question now. Who is wearing out the saints? Is it the Christians or no? Better yet, is it the black people that's wearing out the saints? No. Is it the Africans? Maybe. Is it the Christians? Without a doubt. And why would the Christians be wearing out the saints? Because they don't listen. They're already saved. They're into idolatry. So now the saints are saying, we're not even being bothered with you. And now they're like, wow, you guys are hateful. So.
Did we ever go into the comment earlier of what what that clown told me? He said, you could, roughly paraphrase, he said, I have my Jesus. You can keep your fake God the Most High.
Oh, gosh.
These people are losing it, bro.
Yeah.
Because they are with the New Testament only. They don't believe in the law and the prophets. They don't believe in prophecy, any of that. It's about their idol, JC.
And I'll say this: when I started reading Jasher, it put things in such a different perspective from the old and the new and the Apocrypha for me. It kind of filled in a lot of the gaps. So these people don't even read the Jasher. They don't even have the understanding of the Josephus. All they have is white Jesus. So for us, I always look at myself as Abraham talking to his father about his idols when I'm dealing with these Christians. And they, like, okay, so you love white Jesus and you say Jesus did all these things, then where is he now when all this stuff is going down? Where water is flooding you out, fire is burning you out. We're in the days of Noah. Where is your white Jesus? They get mad. They just get mad. They get more enraged. And I'm going, oh, that's where he is. Yeah. Nowhere.
Yeah, we remember 2019 when they were crying for the rapture, and Greg Laurie had to come and do cleanup.
Oh, yeah.
He had to make a fake doctrine and kind of explain why the rapture didn't happen yet. Yeah.
Right.
We pay attention. Yeah, they were online crying for the rapture. At least Ellen was smart enough to throw their idols out.
Right. That's right. They were throwing them out in the street, getting rid of them.
Yeah, exactly.
But of course, they doubled down. They tripled down.
Yep. And the vassals, they all tripled down.
Yep.
And they went and sat in the courtyard of Pharaoh. Just what
I got to have my white Jesus. Okay.
Yep. We going to church in the parking lot, and they sat in the courtyard of Pharaoh, because Pharaoh was considered God on earth. That's just what they did.
Yep.
That's just what they did. They basically spit in the Most High's face.
Yep. Like, when he told you to sit down, that's right.
The Most High. You're playing a real dangerous game with him. His patience is wearing short. And that's not a fear tactic or a scare tactic. It's true.
It is
true.
true.
We don't want to talk about what happened in North Carolina recently because they're lying about those body count numbers. And I'm just going to leave that alone.
Oh, yeah, man. These people in the mountains are done, son. It's done. Like, people don't understand how tragic that is. Like, tragedy. They don't understand. Like, that place is destroyed. It looks like a nuclear bomb went off out there. And there is no way. And they got there crying. Like Brother Levi had on his show earlier today, showing that woman woofing, upset. Look, chick, Ain't nobody coming out there to help you all. That's crazy talk. First of all, it's polluted. It's toxic and polluted. Why would anybody now go out there to help you all? You all are fools to be out there in the first place. If those people want to endure and persevere through whatever they're doing, through the toxicity, so be it. But don't be trying to cry and complain and pull on the heartstrings of us. We ain't going out there. And it's not that we even being mean. We're just being proper because judgment came there. Oh, you guys are all so mean. Nobody got judged. Okay, well, what do you call it? Just like in the days of Noah. What did we say earlier? Just like in the days of Noah, all this water all over the place. They transliterated that. You know they did. Oh, well, God sent the rainbow and he won't flood the earth no more. Really? So now you're speaking for him, right? Oh, this is the infallible word of God. Well, then what's going on today? Oh, it's climate change. It's HARP.
And they perverted the symbol of the covenant. That's what the rainbow was for.
Correct.
The rainbow was the symbol.
That's right. For us. Our covenant.
Yeah, our covenant.
Right.
Which somehow they get to leach into.
Right. They get to, and then they want to bastardize it by giving it to the alphabet people. It's like everything that they've done has been against the Most High, and somehow and Yahweh Shai, and the Holy Spirit, and they think that they're not doing anything wrong. See, that's the stupor, that's the delusion. It's like last election. I never forget all this, and I can correlate it to now. Last election was all the white evangelicals screaming and hooting and hollering about God told them that Trump was going to win. God, I mean, every time I looked pulled up something on the internet or on TV, they had their evangelicals out there talking about they spoke to God. God talked to, people I ain't never heard of nor seen again since then. Oh, God said that Trump was going to win. Trump loses, they all ghost. Now, 4 years later, now they got the blacks evangelicals out here saying the same thing. Now, they're not saying Trump's going to win, but they're now out here pandering to white Jesus, pandering to the same rapture doctrines, the Pauline doctrines that they were speaking of. They at least learned their lesson, or the Blassels realized and learned a lesson not to say that God told them to say something. You see what I'm saying? At least they learned that. But it's the same playbook, same thing. Yeah. That's why everyone loses this time. Everyone but the remnant within the remnant loses. And they're going to have that look on their face. Because they made an oath, once again, with Sammy, with Satan, Satan, and he ain't even asked him to this time. That's the crazy. Satan is not even asking them. He's not even in the room. He don't care. He gone. He's of no consequence. And they still making oaths to him.
They love Babylon.
They do, bro. They do.
These people are enamored with Babylon.
Yes, they are.
Even as it's collapsing, they love this wicked place.
They can't. They love eating all the delectable, degenerate, reprobate things that it throws at you too.
Exactly. I have everything I could do in this wicked nation. But that goes to the only God can judge. You can't judge me. Only God can judge me. I can do whatever I want. I
can do whatever I want to do. And then Jesus will save me, and I'm going to heaven. Isn't it funny? Isn't it funny though how when we couldn't read, and they were telling us about their white Christianity, the European Christianity, they were saying, "Hey, you guys get in your heaven, and you're going to get yours in the by and by. You're going to get yours in heaven, heaven, heaven." And now, as they were getting theirs here, okay, now we're saying we're getting ours here, and they're saying they're getting theirs in heaven. You see how this whole thing is just like flip-flopped?
It's switched.
Yeah.
It switched because, they didn't expect us to be as studious in the word, but that's not us. That's the Heavenly Father and the Holy and the Ruach.
And the Ruach, indeed. That's right.
That's definitely not us. Like you Negroes shouldn't be so well versed in the scriptures. You're reading it wrong. You just dumb. You know the insults that they give us, and it's
bro.
Is that people that look like us. I'm not saying they are us. I'm just saying they look like us. They use the same tactics as everybody else.
Exactly.
So right now, all of our enemies, the Most High is putting all of our enemies in the forefront.
Yep.
Right? And when you actually think about it, a lot of our sayings, like that we say in our community, they actually come from a spiritual standpoint. We always had the saying in our community, all skin folk and kinfolk. We all grew up hearing that.
Yeah.
That's the parable of the wheat and the tares.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, these tares are really showing their behinds right now.
They are.
So we need to get off of that, bro. You were Israelite, sis, you were Israelite. If their spirits don't line up with ours and with the Ruach and with the Heavenly Father, they are not our people.
And that's the other thing, because that's the other thing. They would say something like see, we're supposed to see their fruits. That's the first telltale sign of who people are. But they got everybody messed up in the head to think that the fruits is prosperity. So if we see somebody who's running around in prosperity and we say, oh, well, you got the fruit of idolatry on you, then they get mad. But if we see somebody who's a regular Joe, a regular sis, just speaking truth, then we can tell that their fruits and their spirit is right. Like, this is the whole thing right now. We're able to see through the darkness, and they can't see through the darkness. They're trying to figure out when we got X-ray vision, and that's one of our superpowers. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Because what's being revealed right now is not for everyone to see. It's for the remnant within the remnant. It's not for everyone to see. And that's not being proud or boastful. Like I said, we've spoken before, and once again, I've been in the spirit, and you've called me, hey, bro, this is on my mind, and you just start speaking. Bro, I was looking for an answer for that. That just happened online. I was talking to Brother Judah a few weeks ago. I'm like, hey, Brother Judah, man, have you seen this in 2 Nephi 29? He said, nah, bro, because it relates to the book of Ezra. And he was like, no, bro, I haven't seen that, but I was reading something similar that relates to second Ezra. That's the Holy Spirit. That's the collective.
The collective. They don't have that.
They don't have that. The Most High has his remnant within a remnant moving very differently right now.
He does.
That's why Judah getting banned from TikTok, it was like the Most High saying, y'all need to fall back. They don't want to listen. Y'all need to focus on the family and focus on the nation. Y'all really need to fall back. And that's what we're doing. It's time to fall back and focus on us.
And it's funny because right before Judah got banned, we were getting strikes, and they were like, one more strike, we're gonna do something. So we were all like, they had all been trying to get us off of that platform altogether anyway. They were trying to strike us off, they were trying to ban us off, and really it was the Father. If you really look at it, it's the Father going, get off of there. I'm about to do a mighty work. I'm about to do a mighty work all around here. Get away from these people. Come up out of her. You know what I mean? And now we're like, okay. So they banned Judah. They struck us. I mean, what did I send you the other day? And they gave me a strike, talking about they're gonna kick me off, or no, they're gonna limit my ability to do one. I was like, whatever. And as soon as they banned Judah, I just went in on everybody, hoping that they'd give me a strike to kick me off too. Nope. They left me on there. They were like, the Father was like, you ain't getting everybody. Not now, but everybody's got to go. Everybody's got to go. You know?
Exactly, yeah. I'm looking at the screenshots you sent me, the account warning. You have accumulated strikes from previous violations. Review our Like, bro, but they can say all type of derogatory stuff to us. It stands.
Oh,
I got a strike for a clown emoji, bro.
Right.
A clown emoji. I mean, it stood. It's not like they revoked it. The strike stood.
Yeah. And they let it stand. Yeah, man. You can't be calling these people clowns. But wait, he called me a Hamite, a black, a nigger, and everything. It's okay, but you can't retaliate.
Yeah, Dan. They call us Dan.
Yep.
You know that nigger? Yeah. They real slick on them. They
say a lot of things, bro. A lot of things to get us riled up, and none of it's worked because we kept our head cool, and we would say a clown emoji like you did. Like, is that losing your cool? No, but we get struck. We get a strike on that. But this is just the madness of the heathen. They're all confounded. They're in the 12th woe, and this 12th woe has got them in dire straits, and we're going, not my problem, you know.
Exactly. I'm glad you brought up the strikes because we always share photos between each other. We screenshot and we share them. So I forgot about this one. This is one of my comments that they would not restore. Now, I'm going to read it verbatim. And please, to everyone listening, please ask yourself, would this be a community guideline strike on any social media platform? Now, here's my comment. The Druids were Israelites. That's why they removed Acts 29 from the Bible. Paul attested to their Hebrew heritage. You're not as smart as you think. They struck that and they told me they wouldn't put it back on TikTok.
So just so the nation knows, we have laughed in the face of these people because this is the madness that they do to us. They will strike us for telling the truth. So when Judah says, look, I had nothing to do with it, so it had to be the Father saying it, he's telling the truth. Because when we reflect on what we say to them, it's either them striking us or it's the Father saying, you got to stop. I'm wanting you to stop. So we've accumulated enough strikes to where the Father's telling us, done. You're done, son. Be done with this. So, now I might get on there and say something or not even say anything, but now I try to just pass things on to other people. I pass to the brother Sly, and we hold counsel against it within our inbox, right? That's pretty much what we do now.
Yeah, you're right. The inbox, we don't have to worry about getting strikes. We can be uncut in the inbox.
Correct. And that's where probably, I don't know. I ain't even gonna speculate on these fools because it's too much, man. It's too much. And as you were talking, I was thinking of when as you were talking and I said X-ray vision, I was thinking of the movie They Live, and it's fitting because they put on glasses to be able to see the aliens, and we have X-ray vision to see, and we're living. We're now finding ourselves alive. Like the first time in our lives, we're actually feeling ourselves to be alive, right? So as we live, they die. So something's got to give here. This is what's going on. Like it's at that point, the precipice of the exchange of situation. I mean, look at what has happened since the X. That has been, it's been on my mind to reflect on that, because it's like, well, look at this. Look at all the stuff that's gone on since, what was that, April? Yeah, that was April, right?
I think so.
Look at all the things that has gone on in the world since April. And after the X, all they were saying was, "Oh, that's cool. Oh, that was so great. It was excellent." And all that was the Most High looking at them. They didn't understand, just watching them. I see you now. This is the X right here. What you done to my people, I will do to you. And they didn't catch heed. They didn't understand it. Which is a good segue. I'm a segue into 2 Nephi 29, brother.
Okay. 2 Nephi 29.
Yeah, it's not too long, so I'm gonna read it real quick. You there?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Okay. But behold, there shall be many at that day when I shall proceed to do a marvelous work among them. Them is us, that I may remember my covenants which I have made unto the children of men, that I may set my hand again the second time to recover my people, which are of the house of Israel, and also that I may remember the promises which I have made unto thee, Nephi, and also unto thy father, that I would remember your seed, and that the words of your seed should proceed forth out of the mouth unto your seed, and my words shall hiss forth unto the ends of the earth for a standard unto my people, which are the house of Israel. And because my word shall hiss forth, many of the Gentiles shall say, a Bible? A Bible? We have got a Bible, and there cannot be any more Bible. But thus saith Yahweh Shai, or rather, but thus saith the Most High, O fools, they shall have a Bible, and it shall proceed forth from the Jews, mine ancient covenant people. And what thank they, the Jews, for the Bible which they received from them? Yea, what do the Gentiles mean? Do they remember the travails and the labors and the pains of the Jews, and their diligence unto me, and bringing forth salvation unto the Gentiles? It's a question mark, because they ain't bring no salvation to the Gentiles. O ye Gentiles, have ye remembered the Jews, mine ancient covenant people? Nay, but ye have cursed them, and have hated them, and have not sought to recover them. But behold, I will return all these things upon your own heads. For I, the Most High, have not forgotten my people. Thou fool that shall say, a Bible? We have got a Bible. We have got a Bible, and we need no more Bible. Have ye obtained the Bible? Save it were by the Jews. Know ye not that there are more nations than one? Know ye not that I, the Most High, have created all men, and that I remember those who are upon the isles of the sea, the Philippines, the Pacific, and that I rule in the heavens above and in the earth beneath, and I bring forth my word unto the children of men, yea, even upon all the nations of the earth? Wherefore murmur ye, because that ye shall receive more of my word? Know ye not that the testimony of two nations is a witness unto you that I am the Most High, that I remember one nation like unto another? Wherefore I speak the same words unto one nation like unto another. And when the two nations shall run together, the testimony of the two nations shall run together also. And I do this that I may prove unto many that I am the same yesterday, today, and forever, and that I speak forth my words according to my own pleasure. And because that I have spoken one word, ye need not suppose that I cannot speak another. For my work is not yet finished, neither shall it be until the end of man, neither from the time henceforth and forever. Wherefore, because that ye have a Bible, ye need not suppose that it contains all my words, neither need ye suppose that I have not caused more to be written. For I command all men, both in the east and in the west, and in the north and in the south, and in the isles of the sea, that they shall write the words which I speak unto them. For out of the books which shall be written, I will judge the world, every man according to their works. The faith works. Faith works according to that which is written. For behold, I shall speak unto the Jews that they shall write it, and I shall also speak unto the Nephites that they shall write it, and I shall also speak unto the other tribes of the house of Israel, which I have led away, and they shall write it. And I shall also speak unto all nations of the earth, and they shall write it. That's your Gentiles writing this other stuff, the New Testament in the Greek. And it shall come to pass that the Jews shall have the words of the Nephites, and the Nephites shall have the words of the Jews. And the Nephites and the Jews shall have the words of the lost tribes of Israel. And the lost tribes of Israel shall have the words of the Nephites and the Jews. Doesn't say anything about the other nations. And it shall come to pass that my people, which are the house of Israel, shall be gathered home unto the lands of their possessions. And my word also shall be gathered in one. And I will show unto them that fight against my word and against my people, who are the house of Israel, that I am the Elohim, and that I covenanted with Abraham, that I would remember his seed forever. Selah. Because that is the key to where we are today. These people don't want to acknowledge nothing but their New Testament. But there's so much other words. So what's the precept to that in the Old Testament?
In the Old Testament or the Apocrypha?
The Apocrypha.
Second Ezra 14:44. Well, we're going to start at 41. Okay. Now, we're going to start with 42.
Okay.
Let's get it in.
Yeah, I agree.
The prophets gave understanding unto the 5 men, and they wrote the wonderful visions of the night that were told, which they knew not. And they sat 40 days, and they wrote in the day, and at night they ate bread. As for me, I spake in the day, and I held not my tongue by night. In 40 days they wrote 204 books. And it came to pass, when the 40 days were filled, that the highest spake, saying, the first that thou hast written, publish openly. That's your 80 books.
That's right.
That the worthy and the unworthy may read. So we have people running around here, even with the 80, who are unworthy to read it. You have it, but you're unworthy to read it because you really don't have a complete understanding of it.
That's right.
Now we're going to 46. But keep the 70 last, that thou mayest deliver them only to such as be wise amongst the people. Oh, you have knowledge that we don't have? People yes.
Yes.
Yes. For in them is the spring of understanding, the fountain of wisdom, which is the Ruach, stream of knowledge. So when we go into these additional texts, it was prophesied that a certain group would be wise, and I'm not touting my own horn, I'm just reading prophecy.
That's right.
That the wise amongst the people would understand the additional text that would be brought out.
That's right.
And when we bring them out, that's not, that's why you can't tell me the Book of Mormon is not prophetic. How many times have you seen, bro? That's not Bible. The Bible only has 66 books. But that's not in the Bible. We see it all day. And we always say, prove that the Bible, that the Most High only ordained 66 or 80 books, and it's crickets.
Yeah. It's crickets because they don't want to deal with that verse that you just read, 46 and 47. They don't want to deal with that.
Exactly. And it lines up with what you read in 2 Nephi 29:6.
That's right.
Thou fool, thou shalt say, a Bible? And I love how this is written because it sounds ghetto and ignorant. That's just how they sound. Yeah. We have got a Bible.
Yeah.
We have got a Bible. And we need more Bible. Yeah, I love how, that's why this is so prophetic, because it's written in their mind state, because the Most High knew. Had he attained the Bible, save it were by the Jews, basically you wouldn't even have what you have. If it wasn't the covenant that the Most High set with his people.
Exactly.
What Gentiles really need to humble down.
Exactly.
They need to humble down, be quiet, fall in line, and learn.
Exactly. That's the whole. They're like, well, we all get salvation. Fool, you wouldn't even know who the Most High is or Yahweh Shai is without us, without his people. You guys are dumb. Like what I said earlier, they're in a stupor, but they're really stupid. Like it's I mean, it is what it is. I mean, oh, well, you're being mean, you call people stupid. The stupor is a drunken state where people drunk act what? Stupid. So these people are in a stupor acting stupid. And look, this stupor has been going on for a long time, because if you read, what is that? Second Baruch? I want to say it's 25, where he's talking about the 12 woes. So the stupor was the beginning. He said, Baruch said, well, how will we know the end? He said, I will bring a stupor over the whole world. So the stupor has been here from the get-go. These people have been acting stupid forever. We just have been underneath a stupid people. Now that we are now being raised up over these stupid people, now we're looking at them and we're going, that's stupid. Why are you doing that? Why can't you put your blinker on? Why can't you drive the speed limit? Why do you believe Kamala is black or a Negro? Why do you believe Trump is going to save you? Like, these are stupid thought processes. Like, they're not smart. But because that's none of our business no more, and that has nothing to do with us anymore, it's really just a matter of waiting back and watching their demise with popcorn.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, exactly, my brother. They are living examples of Isaiah 29:9. Stay yourselves and wonder. Cry ye out and cry. They are drunken, but not with wine. They stagger, but not with strong drink. They're in a stupor. They're drunk, but not with wine. They stagger. They don't know what they always well, we voted Democrat last time, but now we're going to vote Republican. Yeah, they're staggering.
Mm-hmm. Right. They're punch drunk right now.
Exactly.
You know, and it's not by punching. It's because they've been drinking the Kool-Aid of who? What's his name? Chezzy B.
Chezzy B.
Drinking the Kool-Aid of Chezzy B and the Popes. That's what so they're drunk. They don't even know no better. Really, it's like child's play. That's why when you and I get on these comments and start going at these people, it's really kind of sad, because we're not even doing anything but citing scriptures, history, and using common sense, and they get so irate like a little child. It's like children, and they're drunk. They're drunk with their own audacity.
Exactly.
As if we have to adhere to them. The audacity of these people to believe that we can't think for ourselves. The audacity. That in itself is their pride, which the Father's going to destroy. And look, I'm not even in it to make them to say to the Father, you know, wipe them all out, even though, you know, I wouldn't mind that to some degree, but I would rather them all just sit here and watch us rise. That's what I would rather, you know. None of them get to die. None of them get to go away easy. Nope, they all got to stay right here and watch us rise over them. And we rule righteously, and they get humbled. But that's just me. I know some of our brethren and sisters want their pound of flesh, which is rightfully so too. I ain't tripping. I mean, you know.
I know it is. So yeah, we have brothers and sisters right now. Yeah, they're looking forward to putting them people in those fetters of iron.
Mm-hmm. I know
That's justice. That's justice.
Yeah. And again, they go, what do you want? I just want justice. So if the Father tells you to meet this person out with justice in fetters and chains, so be it. If he tells you to do this, so who the hell am I? I'm just saying that I want them all to see the justice that we get. That's it. I remember this Christian brother said he wouldn't do it. He said he would not do it. He said even if his Jesus told him to do it, to take the life, if his Jesus commanded, he said he would not do it. And when they gave him the scriptures, well, so you don't believe in blood up to the horse's bridle? I wouldn't do it. What is he talking about? He wouldn't do it.
He said he would not. He said if the Messiah told him to take somebody's life, he wouldn't do it. Why are they going? Why will there be blood up to the horse's bridle if there's not going to be a lot of bloodshed?
But that's my point. The Messiah, Yahweh Shai, would never ask him to do anything.
Of course.
That's my point. That's why I'm like, what does that even mean? He wouldn't be. The Messiah has his soldiers, his angels prepared to do what is necessary, what is must. That's why these Christians are so funny that they think that we just gonna go to war. Nah, you got a little Walker joint happening. You know, you got your little trike that you run around Walmart in. You know, you may have an armament, but you ain't. You know, your arms. As soon as you shoot one of your guns, your arm's gonna break. These people are in no position to do anything. That's why it's gonna be so much blood.
Exactly.
It's like sitting ducks. Like we're the ones that are getting physically and mentally. I mean, our brothers and sisters that aren't physically yet strong, they're at least mentally strong to be able to do what? Move out the way. That's the whole point. You've got to be intelligent enough to adhere to the Father's call, his word. If he says, hey, get up now, and you go, well, I don't know, I need Jesus. He ain't asking another time, maybe. You know what I'm saying? He's telling you to do some things. And that's what's happening to us. Like we have, and I think you and I had this conversation, the antenna, those old school antennas on your cars. Back in the day, when you turn your car on, the antenna would go up and you could get good radio reception back in the day. Now I'm saying 70s, early 80s. But when your antenna was broken and it stayed down all the time, you really couldn't, and you really couldn't get a whole lot of reception. Well, our antennas are up, and they're broken up. I should say it like that. I'm trying to figure out the better description, but they are up. They're stuck in up. They're not coming down. You see what I'm saying? There's no that's hot or cold. That's love one, hate the other. No, ours is up for the Father. Theirs is down, so they got no reception. So because they have no reception, they don't even fathom what we're talking about. That's why they can say we're hateful, we're not telling the truth. That's why they can lump us all together, even though the camps ain't even got their antennas all the way up. Theirs is up a little bit, but because they're up and theirs is down and ours is all the way up, everybody's up. You see what I'm saying? They're like, oh, all you people are the same. You all got your antennas up. Well, theirs aren't up all the way like ours is up. So we're different from them.
Exactly, because if it's not in the 80, they do not touch it. And I love my brothers and my sisters, but if it's not in the 80, they do not touch it. Mm-hmm. Well, Paul and Peter had contention. Well, that's not in the scriptures.
Well, but at the same time, those brothers who are 80 book brothers can cut up a New Testament Christian, no problem.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I actually get joy in watching it.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. We learned a lot from them brothers, brother. We learned a lot. Yeah. I've seen one person get cut up with the New with one book of the New Testament only.
Yeah.
And it was at the Christians' behest. He was like, "Look, man, we only going to stay in this book and this chapter in the New Testament. You can't leave out of this to prove your point." And bruh, he cut him to shreds, bruh. I was sitting there like, I've never seen anybody get cut with one chapter. You heard it in his voice. He didn't have no response. He said, "But you got cut handicapped."
Right. And that's exactly they are handicapped. And they did that to themselves. It's like that person that said, "Well, let me just see if this gun works. Let me shoot my foot off." That's what they've been doing. Exactly. They've been cutting the nose off to spite their face. And we're going, well, we don't want to do nothing to do with that. They're like, "Come on, it's just fun." No, it's not fun. It's not cool. It doesn't even make sense. Oh, exactly. You're hateful. It's like, man, you guys, it's a sad state of affairs that the heathen and the Christians are in right now. But it's a beautiful state of affairs that we're in right now. Like, I can't, when I wake up, give thanks and praise, and I go outside, get in my car, go to work, and I'm thankful, and the day goes by real quick. I'm thankful for it. I come home, kiss my wife, be thankful, go to bed, wake up, same thing, you know. These dudes is looking for, I got to do this, I got to do that. I stress, worry, stress. And I'm like, man, dude.
How do these niggas have peace?
Right.
35 trillion in debt. I mean, I'm 2 months behind on my mortgage. How y'all niggas at peace? We're at peace right now. We're really at peace.
We really
and it's a beautiful feeling while we watch Babylon fall. We'll be fine.
Yep.
Through the power of the Most High, we'll be fine.
All praises.
If that's His will. If that's His will. That's His will. But I'm praying that He'll continue to keep a hedge of protection over His people.
That's right. As He said He would.
As He said He would.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I don't consider that He wouldn't. So when I'm dealing with the nations, I deal with them from the perspective of, you don't know me. Even if you do know me, you don't know me. And I move on through. You know, they try to give good smiles and, you know, try to say hey, and I give them a hey, you know, give them a quick smile back and keep it moving. And they don't know, and it's like, who, like I've said in the past, who is that nigga on that nag? That's what their whole mindset is right now. They're trying to figure out who Django is. Are we Django? Who are these people?
You can read? Who taught you how to read, boy?
Man, these people got some good common sense. And, you know, I really don't, you know, because back in the day, they would be, I don't like that dude. And somebody, yeah, I don't like him either. Let's get rid of him. Well, now they're like, well, I kind of like the guy. I don't know. We should keep him. It's this whole different thing. It's just like their mind, they're in such a conniption of thought right now. That's why you see them going crazy. They're going crazy. And it's not that they're running around like chickens with their head cut off yet. It's more their mental faculties has them crazy. You know what I mean? Like it's got them in this crazy aura or energy, vibration, frequency. And we can see it. I can see it. I see who's crazy and who's not. I'm like, ooh, that, you know, because they try to walk around, you know, with good clothes on, you know, try to hold themselves up. Ooh, that one right there, that's crazy. I need to stay away from her. I need to stay away from him. All of them crazy over there. Oh, there's a sanity. That one right there seems sane. Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Good. Okay, good. You know, when we keep it moving. But all praises, brother. All praises.
All praises. All praises.
Yes, sir.
All praises.
So it looks like we are 11-11. Look at that. 11-11.
Yeah, I think we went over.
We did, but those numbers are showing that we went over righteously. You see that? 11-11 right now, PM, 10:30. Excellent.
All praises to the Most High.
All praises. We went over, but it was good, man. We'll do this again as we do. But yeah, we're gonna have to bring it to an end. Well, we'll give you the last word, and you take us home, brother.
First off, we give praise to the Most High. We acknowledge the earthly mother, the Holy Spirit, the Ruach. We also acknowledge Yahweh Shai. And we just live in beautiful times. That's all I could really say. We love to come together, and we love to build with the nation, and we love to speak what the Most High has put on our hearts. Mm-hmm. So we hope that everything was informative and hope it was a blessing to you, and hopefully that we can all come together and do the same thing maybe within a week or two.
Yes, brother. And I'll say this to back you up on that. The guest call-in is 646-668-8217. If anybody on Wednesdays want to call in and have conversation, it's always been there, and it's always open to do so. 646-668-8217. The Rise of the Dry Bones blog talk. Brother Sly, my brethren, and to all the brothers and sisters, we give you much love and peace, and we bid you shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom, brother. We'll talk soon.